This month's work is an exhibition of these works on Mylar by Jodi Lightner. She's a Sterling alum. One of the places that she reaches for inspiration is architecture, and thinking about architecture not necessarily as something really solid that is immovable and eternal, but as something that's really fragile. Jodi thinks about architecture as something that can change, can disappear, that we need to stand in right relation to. So this one's called Catch and Release. It's a net that's sort of in the midst of being tossed. And I love that moment of anticipation that's contained in the image. That sort of point between rising and falling, where you've done your work as a fisherman and you're waiting in hope, expectation, worry for the net to land to see what catch you're going to bring in. So these three works, Straight There and Back, this untitled piece, and Still Room for Waiting, form an interesting collection of images that range from the quite abstract to the much more representational. When I was walking the students through, everybody was really drawn to this one, where there's an order that's set up by these lights that are strung up on the top that makes you feel like you're looking out at a patio or something, a place where something has maybe just happened or is about to happen. And this other vantage point where you're sort of lifted up and looking down at the chairs, it makes the world feel kind of unreal, like the chairs are going to fall over. That moment when the world gets a little bit wonky, you start to feel that other order of value that's maybe sitting below the surface. I've really enjoyed this series of works called Escape Route 1, 2, and 3. Those ladders, those stairs that go down into this great blue beyond are so enticing. It's such a hopeful image. There's maybe a way out. Maybe it's right in front of us, right before our eyes, where there's a sort of bright beyond that sits just outside of our daily habitations. One of the most interesting moments and compelling moments that I find in works of abstract art, or works that have a really significant component of abstraction in them, like this untitled work, is this moment where images start to emerge out of the chaos. When I unrolled this work and went to hang it on the wall, all I could see were the lines and the splashes of paint. But as I've looked longer at it, various pieces start to come out. Tents or houses with pointed roofs, buildings emerging here and there, a bridge where perhaps a blob of paint takes on the shape of a person standing there. This emergence of order out of the chaos is such a poignant image for the ways that we make sense of the world. But it's an image that's, in some ways hard to look at. It's an image of a place that I don't want to be, but maybe a place that I need to see. And this work, permissible but not always beneficial, is just a lovely reflection on light and vision and the ways that, shadows cut across things, obscure things, make things visible. That's a really engaging space to just sit and look at. And one of the things I love about the way this worked out in the gallery is it's right here by these open windows that cast light and shadow across the room in a kind of mirror of that mysterious place where what you're looking at ceases to make sense in a way, but the thing that you see remains there all the same. At Sterling College, the mission includes an understanding of a maturing Christian faith. Art is a way that we can see how faith matures and how it grows, that doesn't stop at the material details of this world, but pushes deeper